Most men think manipulation looks obvious. They imagine lies, arguments, control, aggression, something loud, something visible, something easy to identify. But the truth is far darker than that, because the most dangerous manipulation doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like love. It begins with attention, warmth, kindness, the feeling of finally being understood. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Because when a person makes you feel emotionally safe, you stop defending yourself, you stop questioning, you stop noticing, and slowly, without realizing it, you begin handing over control. Not because you were forced, but because you trusted. And once trust is established, manipulation becomes invisible. This is how it happens, not through violence, but through emotion. Not through fear, but through attachment. And by the time most men realize what's happening, they are already trapped inside a psychological cage that feels like love. Tonight, we uncover the 6 darkest tactics used to control a man's emotions. And the final one is the most dangerous of all. The first weapon is tears, because tears can overpower logic. The moment a man sets a boundary, the emotional shift begins. He says no. He speaks up. He questions something that feels wrong. And suddenly, her expression changes. Her eyes fill. Her voice softens. Pain appears on her face. And in that moment, his focus changes. He is no longer thinking about what she did. He is thinking about how she feels. And guilt replaces reason. That is the power of emotional reversal. His boundary becomes cruelty. Her discomfort becomes the priority. And he gives in, not because he changed his mind, but because he wants the guilt to stop. This repeats, again and again, until every no feels painful, every disagreement feels abusive, every act of self-respect feels like hurting her. And eventually, he stops setting boundaries altogether, because tears trained him to associate resistance with guilt. That is not emotional honesty. That is emotional conditioning. The second tactic is guilt, and guilt is powerful because it changes reality. Whenever he confronts her behavior, she shifts the emotional spotlight. After all I do for you, I can't believe you think that about me. You've changed. And suddenly, the original issue disappears. Now the conversation is about his tone, his reaction, his insensitivity. And before long, he apologizes. Not for what he did, but for daring to confront her. That is psychological redirection. The truth becomes buried beneath emotional pressure. He begins questioning his own judgment. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe this is my fault. And once he doubts his perception, control becomes easy. Because the moment a man no longer trusts his own judgment, he becomes dependent on hers.